After 2 years, I have published my new poetry collection, God, Does Humanity Exist? This is a project that is very near to my heart as the poems deal with resistance, empowerment, and hope, which I think is quite important and relevant to our times as we seem to be facing a crisis in humanity all over the world. I will be donating the royalties to children living in poverty in Iran, and like my previous book, with every copy that's sold, either paperback or ebook, a tree will be planted in sub-Saharan Africa. It is available on Amazon today, on all of the Amazon websites, and I would like to read one of the longest poems in the collection, and this is called We Are, Each of Us, Refugees. At the very top, I have the dictionary definition of refugee, which is noun, a person who flees for refuge or safety. We are, each of us, refugees when we flee from burning buildings into the arms of our loving families, when we flee from floods and earthquakes to sleep on vouchsafed mats in sanctuaries. We are, each of us, refugees when we flee from abusive relationships or shooters in cinemas and shopping centers. Sometimes it only takes a day for our countries to persecute us because of our race, religion, or opinion. Sometimes it only takes a minute for the missiles to rain down and turn our towns into rubble and destitution. We are, each of us, refugees, longing for that amniotic tranquility, dreaming of freedom and safety when fences and barbed wires will spring into walled gardens. Lebanese, Sudanese, Libyan, and Syrian, Yemeni, Somali, Palestinian, and Ethiopian, like our brothers and sisters, we are, each of us, refugees. The bombs fell in their cafes and squares where once poetry, dancing, and laughter prevailed. Only their olive trees remember music and merriment now, as their cities wail for departed children without a funeral. We are, each of us, refugees. Don't let stamped paper tell you any differently. We have been fleeing for centuries, because to stay means getting bullets in our heads, because to stay means being hanged by our necks, because to stay means being jailed, raped, and left for dead. But we can, each of us, be someone's refuge, so they don't board dinghies when they can't swim, so they don't climb walls with snipers aimed at their chest, so they don't choose to stay and be killed instead. When home turns into hell, you too will run with tears in your eyes, screaming, "Rescue me!" And then you'll know for certain you've always been a refugee.